And then there came a day like many others. The best Flarking podcast. Your nerd's eye view of TV, film, comics, and video games. With you as always, your mother Flarking hosts, Dunners and Reach. Fellas, show them who they're Flarking with.
Hello again. It's that time for the best Flarking podcast. I am Dunners to some. With me, as always, is the immortal Reach Hogan.
Yes, that is fantastic. I'm using that one. Oh, what a fantastic way to start off the podcast.
It's all downhill from here. All downhill.
No shit. It can't really be, though, with everything that's happened.
A lot of things did happen in those last 10 days since the last time.
Yeah, nothing really one thing that big enough to focus on, but enough dope little things. Not even little, but,
a lot of random particulate matter that we will be talking about today. What did you think of the Japanese magazine promo pics for the uniforms?
I thought it was something really cool to look at first, It's kind of like a toy box, I guess, when the toys start coming out, and that's your first image of said costume. But, they're cool. We don't get full, 3D views, so I can't see, their backs or anything. I mean, especially Ant-Man, he's just tiny in that photo.
Yeah, well, his head looks a lot more ant-like in this new... if that image is to be believed as accurate, it looks a lot more ant-like.
This is true.
For his helmet this time around.
But that Iron Man armor looks badass.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty sweet, and it does look like it's as close visually to the bleeding edge as we've ever seen. So
yeah, it's got some curves in it.
So that, we'll see if it's in his blood or not.
Dude, Bucky without a mask, I can't do it.
You can't do boy-faced Bucky with his,
I can't do it.
With his fucking Creed hair.
With his fucking baby face and... Oh, man. Yeah, they gotta put something on him quick.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I think those images are okay. I think War Machine looks the coolest of all the ones that I saw out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Not particularly sure what the red lines down the middle of the mask for War Machine really need to be there for, but okay. I can do it. He has two his little separator lines that cut down his helmet have red tinge to them. That kind of matches eye glow.
Yeah, so, a lot of people were bitching about Black Panther too, and I have no idea why.
I think it's because he doesn't look as armored. Because everyone wants that from that mid 2000s run where he wore the really badass tactical battle armor and had the big gold necklaces and the big gold bangles. Everyone loves that suit, and I think people are getting bummed out that they're not just getting that suit. But whatever, people are going to be bummed out no matter what. So it kind of is what it is at that point.
Can't please everyone.
Exactly. Staying with Black Panther though, we're circling the writer and the director, getting straight out of Marvel. It looks like straight out of Marvel.
Straight out of Marvel.
A young
motherfucker with a pencil.
a young motherfucker named Black Panther. So, I don't know. I think I haven't seen Straight Outta Compton, so I can't say anything about it. But if you can't get Ava DuVernay, might as well get the second most successul Black director of the year. So,
I'd trust their decision making.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. I just, more than anything, I'm excited that Black Panther is going to come to us even earlier. That's the only thing that really, I don't care about anything news-wise for Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because I'm at this point with Marvel, it's yeah, sure, whatever. They can pretty much, they're gonna nail it. But what I am excited about is they're oh yeah, we're sliding the schedule around. Black Panther's moving up 3 months. It's oh, tight. That's cool.
Yeah, we're not gonna argue with that.
It's like, yeah, that's what you guys want to do. I'm into it. Let's rock and roll. But it feels like Marvel is not really sure what. I don't think they really liked. I don't really think they liked announcing that slate because now everything has changed. You know,
everything in all divisions is kind of a little bit wonky right now. It seems
true. That is true. But I dig the idea of like, yep, we're moving our movies around, which is something that big studios aren't really allowed to do once they announce them anymore because things just go into the machine. It's pretty nice. They're like, oh yeah, we're moving Captain Marvel back, which people are like, oh, they're shitting all over Captain Marvel already. And they're like, it's because we're giving you another Ant-Man. And they're like, oh shit, another Ant-Man? Yeah, but it's not just Ant-Man, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's like a joint movie together with the two of them. So shut the fuck up already. Also, we're putting the Valkyrie in Thor, so suck a dick. Like, we're going to be introducing a whole bunch of female superheroes. Shut your mouth. By the time Captain Marvel comes out, it's going to be passé, and she's just a superhero at that point.
If they do Valkyrie. I don't know about that one, man.
I'm betting Valkyrie happens.
Well, I'm not going to say it's not, but it just, with Sif and everything, I don't know. They got... And then they introduced the Enchantress as well.
Well, Enchantress is a bad guy, so I mean...
But is she?
Yes, for the most...
How bad is she? She just wants to bone Thor.
That is not her entire motivation. She's totally shitty. She's a shitty person. Her and the Executioner and their, like, shitty friendship.
Oh, the Executioner.
So, get out of here, Enchantress. And welcome Valkyrie. Also welcome Hulk. Apparently, is the big rumor being.
How is he getting to Asgard?
He probably just got Bifrost out of the airplane. Boom, done deal.
They just snatched his ass right out of the Quinjet.
Yeah, just zip, got him, bringing him up. I'm assuming that it's probably going to be that Loki sucks him up into Asgard to use him to fight against Thor. And it's going to be like an early beginning thing. And then after everything gets all, resolute and we have Surtur shows up, then Loki's like, shit, I'm not actually Odin. I'm just fucking Loki pretending to be Odin. I was running the show. Thor, I need your help. And Thor's like, Banner, fucking unleash the beast. Snap into a Slim Jim and fuck up this dude. But I like the idea of like all the stuff I've been reading on like people's suggestions on like Slash Phone stuff is awesome. Hulk's in space. If he's on Asgard, have his ass go rampage. He defeats Surtur, and we start seeing that the Hulk is getting stronger every single time that he's being unleashed, and that he's getting to a point where people are starting to kind of freak the fuck out about it. And he stays on Asgard to kind of control and learn how to be better with Thor's people, who are all, immeasurably powerful.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask you about, is the control, when does the control factor come in? Because we got a great hint at that at the end of Age of Ultron.
Right. And I'm assuming that it's just going to be that they're going to play that angle, and then eventually, if the rumors from the original trajectory are still true, that like Thor and Hulk will be stuck on Asgard dealing with the repercussions of Surtur until Infinity War 2. And that's when all the A-listers come back and start fucking laying pipe. So that's the same trajectory too that also says that Cap's gonna die in Civil War, and that Thanos is gonna be a total piece of shit and resurrect Cap to fight his teammates.
It's the setup. I mean, the same way in the setup that pays off so much, like the first Avengers did.
Right. So
I can't wait.
Yeah, I hope the thing with Cap comes true, where it's like Thanos resurrects him, and I like the idea of that because the crux of the story behind it is that Thanos resurrects him. He's like, go kill your friends, and then he fights him for like 5 minutes, and then it's like, wait a minute, and then Steve just fucking rebels against Thanos, and it's like, oh shit, Steve is just that good of a dude that even Thanos can't fucking make him do just whatever bad thing that Thanos wants. Because Steve is so pure. He's just so pure.
He is pure. I was going to say, though, it plays to the point as well of... I think I read somewhere that when the Russos were sitting down with the studio and started discussing what they were going to do for Infinity War, and they had all these comic books out on the table, all these events, all the way back from stuff with Starlin to, you know, Infinity, last year's event. And if you remember the Thanos Imperative, you'll remember the Revengers. You know, Avengers brought back from the dead evil in that alternate universe. I forget the name of it, or the Cancerverse. And yeah, dude, I mean, that totally plays like apart from that. You know what I mean? How they pick pieces out of certain books. That, what you just described, to me at least, plays, you know, itself well to that storyline, kind of, in a way.
Yeah. Good old Revengeance version of Steve Rogers flopping out there, chucking his evil shield, beating the shit out of Tony a second time.
I wonder what color it turns.
It's inverse. Yeah, it has to be.
It's just inverse.
Much like, you know, like how the Reverse Flash is like yellow with a red arrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the exact same way.
Red
It's
with
just
blue accents.
Yeah, exactly. And Evil Cap's suit is all red
That's terrible.
with black devil wings on the side of the head.
That is fantastic, though.
He's his new evil name is like an amalgamation of like all of his stuff, where he's like Ameripton Capterica. It's just like, wow, they went just too far. They shouldn't have done that.
Oh no.
That's exactly how it's gonna go down. So you got the sleeper simulant, or
I did. That I did. Destiny's most sought after and talked about weapon that ended up being just another slot in the inventory.
you're not gonna use it.
No, I'll use it. It was just this, and you know, we probably did this, the fans, like creating this myth behind it, as if this thing maybe doesn't even exist. I had even read some guy had his post taken off of Bungie because he was accusing them of almost kind of like rigging this thing in a way and talking about it and then not fulfilling on it and then catching backlash. So they quickly created this shitty little off quest that I partook in, just to, you know, make it real quick. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's any truth to it, but after I read it and then after I finished it, I was like, holy shit, this guy could be right. I mean, it was nothing, man.
I think everyone just built it up too much. I really do. I think it's the fact that people were like, what is the sleeper simulant? When will I find it?
Yeah,
Where
it's like supposed to be this combination between fusion rifle and machine gun, but it's a heavy, and it ends up being a fusion rifle that is a heavy, but it bounces off shit.
I mean, that still sounds awesome. Still sounds awesome.
It is if it can bounce every once in a while. You know, it's one of those slots on the mm-hmm. subclass there that it just doesn't work sometimes. You know, when you want it to.
Well, I didn't get it.
You still can though. That's the other kind of it that I'm just like, wow, great. So again, you know, much to the same of you gave, you know, year one vanilla players exclusive shaders and your subclass mark, and okay, so we all got the same shit. I wouldn't call, you know, X million amount of gamers. That's not really that exclusive.
Fair enough.
So you make something available continually. Where's the allure behind that now?
Right. No, that makes,
if I can get
sense.
it anytime, I just gotta wait until next time.
Yeah. But it just makes that other, the Black Spindle seem that much more badass to me.
True.
But
I'm after that one, even though they just nerfed it.
Oh, yeah?
They nerfed a whole ton of shit this week, yeah. That's what
It
guys
needed
are
to be
now
done.
bitching about.
Needed to be done. But everyone...
The Eververse trading company is just a mask for everything they nerfed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can buy the Carlton dance now, so...
This is true.
That's all.
And who wouldn't want to do the Carlton all over Destiny?
It's true. All over every game, really.
All over it.
So is Inhumans happening or is it not happening? Because
nobody knows. Because
like
Vin Diesel seems to know.
It's on. It's off. It's like the Ross and Rachel of the fucking Marvel universe. It's happening. It's not happening.
But who could have predicted right after? Well, I guess somebody could have predicted. Right after that split. Now it seems like from what I'm reading, it's almost out of spite.
Well,
with the TV and the movie divisions.
I think it's really funny that the Marvel's response to everything is Inhumans isn't scrapped, nothing's wrong with it, but now there are things in place. The TV shows can't use certain aspects of the Inhuman lore, and I'm assuming that means they never get to mention Attilan, ever.
Damn.
And they don't ever get to mention the royal family or any of that.
Any fucking sense, though, man. Like, what happened to the cohesive plan?
Well, I mean, look at it like this. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of blew ass for the first 12 episodes of its first season. It was pretty terrible. And
this is true.
And it finally got its legs underneath it.
Okay, wait, no, I wouldn't go terrible, but it was not
it was not
good.
It was not. Imagine, like, Arrow and Flash being vastly superior to a Marvel show. That just isn't something that you would think of, and that's exactly what both of those things were. Like, Constantine was better than the first half of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, and Constantine got fucking canceled. Sure. You know? So, I would definitely say that it was bad. Maybe it wasn't, like, the worst thing ever, but it was bad. And I think the thing is that the only thing that got it back on course was the fact that Captain America Winter Soldier had that huge hook, and it fundamentally shook the show. And I think that did a lot of stuff to it. And after that, they were like, oh, we're free of the confines of being completely attached, and now we're able to do stuff. And I think that was one very telling, because it's like, oh yeah, the TV it can be in the same universe, but it doesn't have to, like, kowtow to every single Marvel event that happens all the time. There doesn't have to be a reference of, like, Pym Industries getting a bombing and, like, a tank flew out of a wall, and
yeah,
you know, it doesn't have to always have a tie-in to the movies, and that, I think, helped the shows. I think that I don't want to say that things are done out of spite, because I think at the end of the day, Feige really truly cares about the Marvel stories. I just don't think that he really believes that Ike Perlmutter has any idea what he's doing, and that just the good fortune that he's had has been because of the people who are so talented underneath him. And I think as time goes on, we're going to see the, like, TV team lose like more and more power, and Marvel Studios get more and more of it, and eventually they're going to phase out the old way, and it's all just going to be Marvel Studios, and that's just going to be that.
So who's in charge of Netflix?
That's the TV division.
Okay.
So, you know, Daredevil and Jessica and Luke Cage and Danny Rand, and if the rumors are to be believed that Moon Knight's going to take his place. But I don't think Moon Knight's going to take his place. I think Moon Knight's
that wasn't even... Yeah.
I think Moon Knight's going to be going in addition, too. Because I think the thing was, I don't think they expected Daredevil to be as big a success as it was. Like, the biggest Netflix show that they've ever had.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I think...
I welcome a Moon Knight series. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I think the rift, though, between Marvel is not... I think it's not as much of a rift so much as it's that one dude hates another dude, and they both happen to be executives. And, you know, and one of them has just very recently made Disney many $billion, and the other one is trying to keep the comic side of things going and being interesting, and is handling one failed TV show turned successful TV show, and then handling a series of now high-profile Netflix, HBO, like, premium tier cable shows. And I think it's a matter of whose success is, and ultimately, Feige will do what's good for the Marvel Universe. Ike Perlmutter, on the other hand, will do what's good to make money. You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like the big rift between them is their beliefs on stuff. Also, Ike Perlmutter's a piece of shit 'cause he thinks women can't sell stuff, so fuck him.
Oh yeah, he's one of those guys.
He's that guy. Not even
that
he's
guy.
Not even one of those guys. He is that guy. That's him. He's the one. Well, if Inhumans is on and Vin Diesel is to be believed,
This is what I believed all the time. I knew it.
yeah, that he's gonna be Black Bolt. Which, I mean, worst kept
He has to be.
worst kept secret in the business, really. Because I mean, that's been like ever since it was like, oh yeah, could you be something else? And it's like, oh, I could totally be something else in the Marvel
Right.
Universe. And it's just like,
From his personal conversation with Feige. And
Yeah.
We want to get you in something before 2019.
yeah, it's the worst kept secret ever. He's gonna be Black Bolt, and that's just the end of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, look at his frame. He is Black Bolt.
Yeah, he's totally Black Bolt. The only, I don't give a shit about who's in Inhumans as long as Lockjaw's cool. That's
Yep.
it. That's all that matters. Lockjaw's gonna totally fucking go out there and run it, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Lockjaw's my favorite." That's just gonna be the be all end all of the Inhumans movie is that Lockjaw just crushes it, and that's all it's gonna be is he's gonna be the Groot and Rocket of that particular movie, and they're like, "Look at how cool he is."
No shit.
And look, he's got that crazy mustache. But they need to work in Kamala Khan's sign for him. He needs to be wearing the sign in the movie. Because that sign is the greatest thing that happened to Lockjaw in forever.
I wouldn't mind also seeing Karnak.
Oh yeah, Karnak would be great. I mean, I think it'd be great to see Kamala Khan in a movie, period, at some point. But just as long as we have her writing the sign and putting the sign around Lockjaw's neck at some point in the Marvel Universe would be perfect for me, because I love that fucking sign. It's like the funniest thing ever. My name is Lockjaw. I like hugs. Give me a hug. Just perfect.
Kamala.
Perfect. I love that she's like, he followed me home. Can I keep him? He's like the size of a fucking refrigerator.
He's huge. I would say car.
Like a smart car. He's like the size of a smart car.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
huge.
those cars that you can rent.
Yeah, he's like that. He followed me home. Can I keep him? Can you keep the most gifted teleporter in the universe because he's a cute dog? Yes, you can. Oh, Lockjaw. Good old Lockjaw. So Jessica Jones fucking slayed at New York Comic Con.
Oh, it slayed the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Yeah.
4 weeks. I mean, when did we start talking about? When was the first trailer?
Yeah, a while
Or teaser, I guess.
At least 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the trailers since have been awesome. I mean, we got that crushing the clock one, and then we got the jukebox slap,
fight,
and
yeah.
then I mean, I wouldn't call it a fight.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
It looks like barroom decimation.
Yeah,
And then we got
why
the
it's best with Jessica drinks alone.
yeah, and then we got the Kilgrave calling her name in the wind and her getting spooked and jumping up through the roof, and then we get the Kilgrave reveal in the pictures with the I know everything being particularly terrifying.
Awesome.
I'd be lying if I said that trailer didn't give me goosebumps. I'm like, Mara, look, and she's like, well, I'm like, I got fucking goosebumps because of this Jessica Jones trailer. It's awesome. It's so good.
Hells yeah.
And then they played the first episode of Comic-Con, and apparently, as far as...
And I hate everyone who saw it. No, I don't. I that's a lie.
Yeah, that's fine. You hate them enough. Let the New York Comic-Con kids have something. It's always,
Sure.
they never get to have anything. They're always like, we also brought our leftovers from San Diego Comic-Con to your dumb con, but they get to have the premiere of Jessica Jones this time, and apparently it was fucking radical, so to say the very least. Christian Ritter apparently slays really well in the trailer from all the recaps that I've read. David Tennant will never be wibbly wobbly timey wimey again for anyone. Apparently,
No shit.
Is how the reports of the viewing go for everyone is that he is as despicable as Zebediah Killgrave is in the comics, and they spared no expense to making him a piece of shit.
One word that everybody kept using is terrifying.
I'm into it. I'm totally cool. I'm like, as soon as they said that David Tennant was going to be Killgrave, I was like, this is going to be fucking rad, and it's going to be so dark. And then I was trying to explain to Mara like why Killgrave's so shitty as a villain, and so I showed her his Alias introduction where she runs into him at the restaurant, where she like beats the shit out of all of his guys and walks up, and he hasn't even looked up from his dinner, you know, and then he like
just eating,
and he just like looks up at her and he's like, "You're very beautiful. What's your name?" She's like, "Jessica Jones." "Fantastic, Jessica Jones. Take off all your clothes." And then she just strips nude right there because, you know, he's got the power of suggestion. It's like yeah, and then he did a lot of bad stuff to her. So it's just like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking crazy. And then Luke Cage, the little bits coming out with Luke Cage that it's gonna be in between. He's on the run in Harlem. It'll be the first one taking place outside of Hell's Kitchen.
After the events of Jessica Jones. And it caught my eye how it was kind of phrased by him. I mean, obviously it's Marvel, they kind of train these guys in a weird way, I would think, but he says, and for good reason, he's a fugitive, he has some skeletons in the closet. And I was like, what? Like, he's tending bar, he's been bouncing around, and for good reason. Just trying to think of what the hell he did. I can't remember anything in his backstory.
I think he's going to be framed for killing somebody in the end of Jessica Jones.
But they wouldn't be framed then. He has to. Because Mike's telling us that, it is good reason. So it's like that they're on authority. He is a fugitive. Well, and then he has skeletons in his closet.
Maybe it is that he did sell the
drug. Somebody out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping for a redirect because I don't like the idea of Luke Cage who did the thing that he is being pursued for, because that's not really in his character.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to watch some fucking shows.
I know.
Just like, I want to watch some shows. And even
November 20th.
And even more so after seeing the fucking Daredevil teaser. It's just like, oh. It's like, come on, man.
Elektra.
I mean, the Elektra part's great, but I loved the X-ray shot of the head, the skull, and then using that as the subtle lead-in to the Punisher, and then like the way of him walking through the hospital.
Yep.
And having like the switchblade Bowie knife, and just like, oh, he's a fucking lunatic. That's what it is. He's totally.
What did he say at the end? Bang?
Yeah, something like that. And then it's like, yep, it's gonna be pretty crazy. We're gonna have to watch Daredevil jump away from a bunch of bullets and knives and shit. It's gonna be pretty super duper. I'm pretty excited about that. Not so excited about a couple of things.
Oh.
And I'm gonna lay it down for you. I'm gonna lay it down on the line. These things right now are the Pete B things of the week. If anything that's bad, they're gonna be called Pete B thing of the week. For Pete. Because that's...
Oh.
Because he likes to try and put people on blast. And since I'm now in a position to put him on blast and he can't protect himself, I'm putting him on blast.
Oh, shit.
So here are the Pete B things of the week. Here are the Pete B's of the week. Dr. Zoom, or Professor Zoom, not a doctor. He's just a professor. Professor Zoom's Batman voice. Numero uno on the not good list.
It's so not good.
Hey, Reach, do you want to go back to your world? Then you gotta fucking kill the Flash. I gotta hill the mash? Hill the Flash! Alright, I don't know how to do what you just said, but I'll do it.
I can't tell if it's Christian Bale or the guy from Funny or Die.
Oh, kill the Flash. Well, I don't know. Does anyone know what he says?
I don't. I didn't catch it.
But even more so than the Zoom dumb voice, King Kong versus Godzilla is dumb. Just a dumb idea.
Tell us why.
Oh boy, it's eating me up. King Kong, like, look at the size differential between the two. There's no fight there.
Okay, that's a great point to bring up, though. Which Godzilla are we talking about?
Well, it's gonna be
last one, bro, was fucking huge.
Yeah, it's gonna be Legendary's Godzilla, the one that was in Godzilla, the one that's fucking 300 to 500 feet tall.
Hey, man, don't put it past him to maybe up the size of Kong.
But we're going to see him in Skull Island, and we already saw the trailer for it in Skull Island showing his size. I mean, I'm sure they can change it before then. But Kong, to, like, even be remotely competitive against Godzilla is going to have to be, like, 200 feet tall, which is as tall as the Empire State Building that he climbed.
Yeah, this shit is not like when we were kids. We are no longer naive to the abilities of these creatures.
Well, it's like, I'm okay.
Who the actual victor would be.
I'm okay with, like, the shitty one that was like, they did King Kong versus Godzilla, and fucking King Kong kills Godzilla because America, 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 America. But America. Like, when you look at it, it's just like, that's a fucking 400-foot tall, like, nuclear lightning spewing lizard. That's a big monkey.
Yeah.
Like, or he's a great ape. Not a was it from Jay and Silent Bob? It's not a monkey. It's an ape. It's a member of the great ape family. It's an orangutan. There's no fight there.
Yeah.
Like, we watched Godzilla fucking kill 2 radiation drinking monsters in the other movie. Even though that Godzilla movie sucked hard. Yeah, it did. It sucked hard. I don't give a shit what anyone says. You like Godzilla, you let me know why you thought it was good. I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the fact that Godzilla's in it for about 17 minutes. That's a fucking ballsy move to call something Godzilla and only be in it for 17 minutes. I gotta call that movie Bryan Cranston. He's in it as long as Godzilla is. Just
wouldn't be the first time they made a movie with a title
Bryan
of a character
Cranston
who's only in it for like 9 minutes.
What are you talking about, Reed?
Oh, we know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about, Reed? What are you talking about?
I can't do it. I already did it last week, man.
Fine. Then we're moving on. We're staying on Bryan Cranston, though.
Yeah, we will.
Bryan Cranston wants to be a made-up villain. He also wants to be Mr. Sinister in X-Men. Basically, what he wants to do is he wants to dress up as a goth a goth dude who doesn't know how to wear a cape. Because that's who Mr. Sinister is.
Yeah.
Mr. Sinister's
He's got a bunch of tassels hanging out the back.
He's got basically the Ultimate Warrior's arm, like bicep tassels.
That's exactly what he has.
But they're all down his back.
I wonder if Mr. Sinister is just Venom took over Ultimate Warrior.
Or it's Macho Man Randy Savage's cape.
Yeah.
It's that. It's basically he's an 80s. Oh, I'm Mr. Sinister
coming at you.
Oh, I'm gonna experiment on your genes. Woo, yeah. Just like, I would watch that. I would watch Mr. Sinister as Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, Cyclops, I'm coming for you.
And then I looked at her and I said, Jean. I says, Jean, you got the jeans. Oh, yeah. Just like, this is the greatest X-Men movie of all time. Fuck it.
I think we just figured out your next short.
If Apocalypse gets to look like fucking Ivan Ooze, I want Mr. Sinister to look like Macho Man Randy Savage and Ultimate Warrior. That's what I want. But that being said, Mr. Sinister is a very cool character, despite the fact that he looks so fucking stupid. Just,
yeah.
Even as a child, I'm like, this guy's like as good as Magneto. And like, oh yeah, my cousins are like, oh yeah, he's like even way more badass than Magneto. I'm like, the dude with fucking filed down teeth and black lipstick. That guy is a badass. Yeah, dude. Even with the fucking cape and like the weird blue mummy outfit that he wears. Like
Baron Sinister looks much cooler.
Like everything that Sinister has, like he found at Spirit Halloween Superstore after Halloween was over. Oh, blue mummy costume? Okay. Fucking back tassels? Oh, all right. Powdered white makeup? Yeah, duh. Red contacts? All right. Glue this jewel on the front and put some black lipstick on? I'm a supervillain now. You fucking dork. He looks so dumb. And then,
he does look bad.
And then in like the 2000s and in the Age of Apocalypse, to make him edgy, they just gave him a goatee. They gave him like the cardinal rule of like,
didn't they?
The cardinal rule of like
the Frenchman goatee, super thin.
You want to evil him up? Then give him a goatee. And that's who Bryan Cranston wants to be. Walter White wants to be Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, I was far more excited when it was just the headlines that read Bryan Cranston wants to play a Marvel
He
villain.
should have just played MODOK. Put a big fucking giant Cranston head in a jar. Boom, MODOK.
There you go, handing out ideas again.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
Fuck.
While we're at it, why don't we just make a new Power Rangers movie where Zordon is played by MODOK? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, I know that you were super excited about the all new, all different, all happening right now while the other storylines are wrapping up Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And so 2 of the comics came out. One of them people really liked. One of them people were kind of like, whatever.
I haven't read any opinions. I'm trying to stay away from it until Secret Wars is over.
Well, Spider-Man is wowing
I shouldn't
folks.
say that. I'm not trying to.
Spider-Man is wowing folks left, right, and center.
Okay.
Because Peter's an adult, oddly enough, and he's running Parker Corp or Parker Systems or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, basically he's the new Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But the lines that they've been using for him paint him as a better person, which is kind of cool to get to see that particular version of the what is the line that I saw in the excerpt was it's not about building a better world, it's about building a better world that's worth living in. So it's like, oh cool, that's all right. And then like the follow-up is like he sees him like talking to one of his like research scientists, and she is like super coy and nervous, and you see Parker like, hey, I was just wondering, and you see him like going into full-on like classic Peter Parker mumbly bumbly derp mode. And she's like, oh Peter, I'm sorry, I'm seeing someone. He's like, oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I was looking over your research logs and I saw that you fed information to these like 2 rival corporations. And then he's just like, I'll tell you this, if that ever happens again, I will make sure that you're stripped of your doctorate and you'll never work in a scientific community ever again. Hey, good talk. And then he turns around and walks away. And it's just like, oh,
damn.
Shit, Peter Parker is, he's grown up. He's full-on grown-up Peter Parker now, and he's doing things. He also...
Doing grown-up things.
He also apparently has web shooters now, since he's Mr. Iron Man tech billionaire genius. His web shooters, one, they have like electrical coils in them that he calls bug zappers, so you can fire like a taser now, and then electrocute people with that. And then he has his webs now are expanding foam, so if he hits a button in the web shooter, the webs go from being normal webs to just like expanding quick dry foam that like trap people.
Yeah, Superior. Didn't Doc Ock come up with that while he was in Peter's
He
head?
did.
Yeah.
But this is a new universe. It's a new
God,
omniverse.
that was a phenomenal run.
Proving that he is in fact a superior Spider-Man to Peter.
Did you read that?
I read some of Superior Spider-Man. I really liked how Otto just basically is like, I'm gonna be the best superhero. I was the best supervillain, now I'm the best superhero. I'm so good. I'm Otto Octavius. And meanwhile, it's like Peter's like, I gotta get my body back.
No shit.
Get that goddamn body back. Holy shit, my body. I gotta get my body. So the fuckfaces at Fox The fuck faces.
Gee, guys, can you tell how we feel about Fox?
The fuck faces at Fox are making 2 new X-Men television shows that no one asked for.
Not a soul.
Following everyone's favorite Oedipus complex haver. Well, not really Oedipus complex. He didn't want to fuck his mom. He just wanted to kill his dad. And that's Legion. And he didn't, actually, he's not even Oedipus complex. He just killed his dad on accident. That's just fucking bad family situation. White kid in play, aka Legion.
Yeah.
He, I don't need to even explain who this guy is. He's so popular. Right? Audience?
Right.
Just kidding. He's super not popular, and it's not like there's a ton of mutants you could give a TV show to or anything. Whatever. Colossus. But, so Legion is most famous for killing his papa, who is Charles Xavier. One of the many hundreds of billions of times Charles has died in the last 20 years. And it's like 25, almost 30 years now, which is crazy. But he's apparently going to need a TV show following his exploits into killing his dad, like researching from the future and then going back and fucking it up and jump-starting the Age of Apocalypse. I don't know. Sounds kind of dumb. Sounds like a really dumb TV show.
Really dumb.
It sounds super dumb. Definitely sounds like
something Fox would do.
Sounds like you probably should just keep Minority Report on TV, I guess, Fox. Stick to Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Bob's Burgers, you ass clowns. And Hellfire Club. Because nothing says fun TV like a bunch of rich, super powerful mutants who hate everyone else and just like to drink and be shitty and waspy to each other.
And dress like it's 17-something.
And name themselves off of chess pieces. I'm the White Rook. No one cares.
Nobody cares. But I'm the Black Bishop.
I'll tell you what would have been a great show. Just a show called Emma and Sebastian, following Emma Frost and Sebastian Shaw. And they live in New York, and they have a hard time being in the same house together because they used to date and now they don't. It's one of those situational comedies for the new era men and women of New York City. Boom! Nailed it. And then you could have a fucking great catchphrase where it's just like Emma is like super fed up with Sebastian being like a fucking sloppy asshole or a man child, and she would like turns to the camera and like in the kind of like Office, Parks and Rec style. She's like, "Talk about a real Hellfire Club." And it's like, oh, cue laugh track, roll credits. Proceed to get Emmy. You're welcome, Fox.
Please don't. Just don't.
Make my shows. Do it because I said. Because I said, damn it.
But it's, so it says, Jeff
Foxworthy
has something to do with it.
Jeff Foxworthy is going to be...
No, Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Foxworthy is going to be Sebastian Shaw.
Loeb, or however it's pronounced.
Lisa Loeb. Lisa Loeb is...
You're just spitting out random 90s people.
Jeff Foxworthy and Lisa Loeb are going to fucking... Gonna bring... are the showrunners for... for the fucking Hellfire Club TV show. You may be a Hellfire Club if you're super rich and whatever. That's much. I don't know much about Jeff Foxworthy. I don't know.
Isn't he the redneck? One of the
like you might be a redneck. Yeah, if I know that, and I know that he was like, "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?"
There you go.
You may be smarter than a fifth grader if you're in the Hellfire Club. Write that into the script. Right into the script. Put it on the TVs.
It makes the monies.
And then, of course, we live in this world where I'm super bummed out that Constantine's canceled. So, after we got done last week with, like, what are you, the playing What Are You? I still haven't read anything. I haven't read a goddamn thing. But I have played a bunch of stuff. I got Disgaea 5, like I said I would. I got Transformers Devestation on a whim, and it's Bayonetta with Transformers, man. It's awesome. It's It's a lot of fun. If I have to levy criticism at it, it's really fucking difficult.
Yeah, you're saying the boss battles.
The boss battles go on forever and ever and ever and ever. You fight Devastator like right away. You're like Optimus Prime versus Devastator, and that fight goes on for like a million years before you can like beat him. And if he hits you like 3 times, you're dead. But you have to hit him like 11 gajillion times.
Damn.
So you feel nice and like awesome when you get done doing it. And then like it immediately chucks you into playing as Bumblebee and as Sideswipe. And all the Transformers are great. They make the transforming noise. It looks and feels like you're playing an 80s cartoon. And it's super badass. The terrain is really samey, and so are the enemies. Their limited enemy selection, but your boss fights are really really good. And I've been having a blast playing it, and I think it's a really good game.
How long did it take you? Was it just the 6 hours?
You know, I ended up having to do a bunch. I had to do a bunch of freelance work, but I've only played it for about an hour, and I feel like I'm substantially into the game. And I can't wait to get more time to actually sit down and play it, but I'm in the process of crushing a bunch of freelance work so I can move back to the homeland. So, you know, California dreaming's over, and it's time to come back to where you once were from. Or whatever. So, you know, all them good things.
I do know.
All them good things. But if you want my official stamp of approval, you've got the Dunner's stamp of approval.
Go buy it, kids.
Go get those Transformers Devastations. If my name isn't Apton Capterica.
That we only got like 1 more week, 2 more weeks until just isolation.
Until it's time to not talk to anyone for a while. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I kinda am, but I am a little afraid. I'm not gonna want to go to work.
Fear is good. Fear is good, Reach.
Yeah.
You should be afraid.
of the myriad of video games that are about to be released.
Be a fraud. I just gotta get all of my like real life shit done before November 10th. That's what I gotta do. I got a month.
I just have to get everything done for the year before November 20th.
That's pretty much how I'm feeling about it. Man, that's how I'm feeling about it. That's how it feels around these parts. But yeah, that's Fallout 4 is gonna ruin my days and my nights and my weekends. It's gonna just take everything from me. It's gonna take everything.
My life and my marriage and
my son. Can you change the baby? Can you leave? I'm in the wasteland. Oh. Gosh. Trying to save these people. You should save your real family some time. I'm trying to save fake people right now. Oh, man.
So that's what changed it all, is when we could no longer pause a video game. That was the end times.
That is like one of the biggest, like, I fucking hate in almost all games. Is just like, and one of the craziest mechanics is you can never pause. I'm like, what if I need to go do something? There's nothing that can be done. You're just gonna have to sit here and play through it and skip your obligations. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna skip my obligations, and you're gonna fucking die. So shut up.
Nick, you gotta move your car. No, I don't.
It's getting towed. Yeah, I'll get a new fucking car. So.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I think we're out of topics, unless you got anything else to throw in at the buzzer.
Nah, just that I'm just juiced, man, for all these video games. All of them.
The buzzer.
Oh, I do actually. I got the Xbox One preview last night, and I hope I'm not part of some NDA that said I'm not going to talk about it, because I'm gonna fucking talk about it, and it's way quicker. Finally, like that
good.
Dashboard sucks and it's slow.
It's probably the suckiest dashboard since the blades on Xbox 360.
Yes. But now it's fast. It's snappy, man. It's nice. And shit runs.
Snap quick.
Knock on wood.
And that shit can go. Well, I want to get it I want to get it eventually.
Sent you an invite, bruh.
I never got said invite, man. I got look at my messages, look at my BlackBerry. I'm looking at my.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where you don't get anything until they deem you worthy. And then you'll get a message that says you're in and go download the app.
I'm not playing enough Gears of War Anniversary Edition to be recognized, apparently.
Yeah.
So, well, good peoples of the podcast, listening audience time club.
You beautiful, beautiful people.
Beautiful people, you. We are very appreciative of your listenership. So much so because we get to just yammer at each other, and then people want to listen to it, and we're very, grateful for that. If you need to know where we're located, despite the fact that you clearly hear us, we are on the Facebook as Best Flarking Podcast. That's facebook.com/Best Flarking Podcast. There's no the, because that's how Facebook rolled it for me. We are all up in the SoundCloud as the Best Flarking Podcast. We are on the iTunes and the Stitcher as the Best Flarking Podcast. We are on the Tweetars and the Vines as Mother Flarker. And we are on the Instagram as the Best Flarking Podcast. Yeah. And those are our places where you can find us as a team.
And coming soon, we will have motherflarker.com.
Oh, mother flark me. We're going to have a whole new place for your pretty little face. I'm a rapper now. I can rap. Oh, man.
I made it, Ma.
I'm number one with a bullet. That's multiple bullets. Doesn't matter. Not a good joke. Didn't work, and I'm okay with it. I can live with it. Oh, man. That being said, go enjoy the rest of whatever day this is that you happen to be listening to it on, because you only YOLO one time for the big time.
Yeah, you can't YOLO twice.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Yeah.
I mean, but how YOLO would it be if you could YOLO twice? Pretty sweet. It'd be pretty cool. So that being said, we're done here, and I'm done here all the time.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad when I'm punning my own last name. So, Quickly run for the hills. Tell them who you are.
You guys know me, Reg, at Nick Regis.
The immortal Reg Hogan.
the immortal Reg Hogan. It has to be that, though. The immortal. 4 words. The immortal. And the 2 E's, by the way.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The immortal Reg Hogan.
Let me tell you something, brother. I know lots about comic books and video games. Okay, brother?
I'm doing it. That's my Halloween now.
Please do. But the two of us together are
the Best Flarking Podcast.